See, hey, Tennessee Mike is already here. AZ Clayton is here. Oh, there's a bunch of people already here. I was looking, I had to scroll up higher. Wilson's here. Bobby Legs, Mike, Scott Rice. All right. 9 o'clock. Calico's here. I put out a few watches. Holden is here. Sam Rock the Watch is here. I opened a new watch right before I started the live stream, so I figured I'd put it out here too. Get that thing off there. Thumbs for Fingers. That's an interesting name. Joe Nall is here. Anybody else get the new Dorenzo? Dane is here. Killed a coral snake, the poisonous one, at my folks' house tonight. How do you kill a snake? You use it like a shovel or something? I am not a fan of snakes. JB Rogers here. Craig G is here. Had lunch with Craig yesterday. Yeah, I was just down in southeast Michigan yesterday. So beat it to death with a pool brush on a long pole. That's probably about the safest distance I would want to be with it as well, Dane. Well played, sir. Bean Boy says he accidentally killed a snake with his mower last year. Felt so bad about it. Yeah, I think we had a couple snakes in our yard too, but most of the snakes where I'm at, they're just like those garden snakes or whatever you call them. So freaked your mom out. I'll have to try this clasp on this watch at some point, but Calico Basin is having a sip. I poured one, but I haven't taken a sip yet. That's the last of the Scotch that is in the house, so I'll have to buy another bottle at some point. Sam said he mowed over a beehive once. It was probably a ground beehive once. Yeah, I've done that too. That they don't like that. They get mad. Yeah, there was tornadoes near Detroit yesterday. Oh man, this thing is super nice. Check this out. I also got in the Tissot PRX. This is obviously the quartz one, not the Powermatic, but very similar, right? Check that out. I love these integrated case bracelet watches. They are so freaking cool. They wear so good too. So got some fun watches. Design is here from Aruba. James is checking in from Winnipeg. My buddy Jack is here. I had to go for a spot of tornadoes. Oh yeah, Jack does storm spotting. I forgot about that. So he was looking for him. What's happening? All right. I don't know what to talk about. I wasn't even going to do the live stream, honestly, guys. I've been kind of busy today. Recorded like 4 or 5 videos this morning. I'm pretty stocked up on videos. Probably too stocked up. I don't know if that's a thing. I'm like, I have too many videos banked, so I always feel like I want to just release them all, but Jack, the Tissot is actually really cool, so I might even pick it up. We'll see. That's just being loaned in right now to the channel. So show us the sub. Oh, the sub's right here. I'm not even wearing it right now. I wore. Oh, I was turning the bezel earlier. So yep, there's a sub. I've been wearing it like non-stop, but Jason said he pre-recorded some Zenith footage for tomorrow's launch. That's cool. I'll look forward to watching that. Release them all. There's no way I couldn't do that right now. Like it would honestly, people that watch the channel on a regular basis would probably be like, "That's too many. I can't watch all those." I probably have like 20 banked videos right now, and I still. So tomorrow when I get home from work, I'll probably make at least 4 more. I mean, I have to do that basically to, yeah. Detroit Spartan's in the chat, and he says some of these watches, a lot of these watches should look really familiar too. And I had thought about doing like an unboxing of the watches that my buddy Detroit Spartan loaned in, but I don't know. They're not. It's not like they came in packaged up or whatever. They just were in the box, and I just opened them up. So I figured I'd just share them like that, and then I'll bust these videos out because I want to get those back to him. Curtis AZ's checking in. That's awesome. I've been wearing all afternoon. I've been wearing this. You believe it? The big boy Shinola. And I have to say, much like how like the larger Panerais feel on wrist, that's exactly how this feels. That's what it reminds me of. It's 47 millimeter, and it just feels perfect on wrist. And part of it's because of this awesome leather strap, but it just, yeah, it is big, but I like it. I think I like big watches, and I cannot lie. I'm digging it, man. So when I met up with Detroit Spartan over the weekend, he said I could take this. He asked me if I would wear it, and I'm like, yeah, I'd wear it. So he's like, well, wear it for a while. So I'm gonna wear it for a while. I'm gonna check it out. Design says his wrist is too Asian for that. There's smaller Shinolas we can get you. We could probably send a Shinola down to you. Everyone hates on Shinola, man. They're doing some crazy cool stuff. Try that on 6.5. What's the teal watch? It's kind of like a this is the Weiss limited edition 42 millimeter field watch. This is the LA dial, and this is like the almost exact same color that his Cameron Weiss has a older like Land Rover. I think it's a Land Rover, not a Range Rover, but and it's the exact same color essentially. The dial color as his Land Rover. So, and then it has the crazy cool caliber 1003 in there. They only made, check that out, they made 21 of these. This is number 5 of 21. This is so cool. Yeah, American made. They're in Nashville now. I was talking to a few buddies about it, mostly Detroit Spartan, but I want to go visit Cameron Weiss at his new facility. So, and I really hope that people can convince him, because for the longest time he had Los Angeles on the dial there, Los Angeles, California. And then now his dials are sterile. So I would love to see it say Nashville TN. I would buy that. That's what I want. This is giving you Vostok vibes. Yeah, it's really cool. It's like simple, but very cool. Like I will own a 42 field watch from Weiss at some point. The timing has to be right. Everything has to be right with it. And I haven't met that yet. Yeah, Justin says if Weiss put Nashville on the dial, then Chaz from the Berg has to buy one immediately. Yeah, I think a lot of people would actually be super stoked about that and get it. Stuart's checking in. Better late than never. We're only like 8 minutes in, Stuart. It's not a big deal. A little late to the party. Congrats on the sub. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it. Yep, sub's right here. I've been wearing it non-stop. I had today off from work as a vacation day, so I took a little vacation from the sub too. So Calico average price Weiss 3K. No, they're like, he keeps raising his price, but they're still only like $1,500, I think, for a 42. For not like a limited one or anything like that, but you can get like 12 to 1,500 somewhere in there. Detroit Spartan says, "How in the world did you get a sub so fast?" Well, I had to do a lot of. I got to keep the show clean. I know a lot of great people, and they made it all happen. The stars aligned. Connections, but hopefully that's not too loud. The air conditioner just kicked on, but no. So I mean, I could go into the long and the short of it, but it's I kind of make fun of it. I think I talked to Detroit Spartan about this, but yeah, it's easy. Anybody can go get a sub, right? You just need to start a YouTube channel, be heavily involved in the community, make a crap load of videos, do that for like 5 years, and maintain a bunch of relationships while growing new relationships. And then, you know, and then you'll have a few people that'll help you out, and then you can probably get a sub. So it's super easy. Anybody can do it. You just have to do that. That's one way to do it. There's other ways to do it. The other way you can do it, hey, Floridian's here. The other way you can get a sub is to just pay market price. So, for example, this one's what, 8,100 retail, and market price is what, around 14,000. Yeah, you could go buy one tomorrow. Just go buy one for 14 to 15,000, whatever it is. Boom, you got a sub. If you're trying to buy one at retail, then I don't know. Good luck. And Calico, yeah, you're right. The sub fund helped. Yeah, that was the other thing. I mean, I had to buy and sell a lot of watches, and Calico with a $20 super chat. So if I would have got a sub earlier, the timing of it was all right. Like, I wouldn't have been mentally or maybe not even financially ready to do it. The sub is running slow. It is actually running, I think, it might not have a full wind on it right now either. But I haven't wound it or changed the time since I bought it, which has been a couple weeks now or something. So I think it's running maybe like 1 or 2 seconds slow per day. So it is probably running a little slow. I don't know if I have anything I don't have a digital watch around here to check it to. I don't know where all my G-Shocks are. Oh, I sold them all. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, it's fine. I'm good with it. James says, what are the most interesting watches right now? Like in total? I don't know. Because that's going to be subjective. Yes, this is it's the quartz PRX. At some point, I'll bring in the, what do you call it? The Powermatic 80 to a video. But I picked this up, well, they loaned it to me. I met up this weekend on Saturday. I met up with the good folks over at Lucido's, and where'd we go? What town was that? I forget what town it was. So Detroit Spartan says he heard a rumor that I'm changing my name to Rolex Rob. Maybe. Okay, thanks. It was Sterling Heights. So we went over to the Sterling Heights Lucido's location and met John over there, he's like the watch guy there. And you know, it was interesting too. I got to point this out. So John, to give John some props, was the first time I've met somebody that is crazy knowledgeable on watches and like extremely enthusiastic about watches too. Like he's like the total package. Like sometimes you have like somebody that's crazy knowledgeable, but they don't seem like they're very enthusiastic about them. And then sometimes you'll have like me where I'm enthusiastic about them, but I don't really have like a ton of knowledge in them. I just have like a broad stroke knowledge. So John has like all of it. And he's the watch guy there, which is perfect fit for Lucido's. So he let me take the PRX, and they have a huge display. Oh yeah, and John's a watchmaker too. So like he's triple layered, like deep with super cool watch guy, and he'll talk to anybody. So he's down to earth too. So they have like a ton of Seikos there that I was checking out, geeking out over. That there was a bunch of Seiko models there that I didn't even know existed. So, Care Joy, go anywhere else in Detroit area? No, we pretty much did Sterling Heights and then up near Wixom. Actually, I met up with, well, let me finish my Lucido story. So, met up with John, went into the VIP room, which is awesome. I got to try some Scotch and stuff that I would have probably never tried. Johnny Walker Blue Label, so I had some of that, and just hang out and talk to watches. It was an awesome time just to be able to hang out and chill and do that. But there's Seiko there. Oh, and Joe, the one of the main guys there. Well, Joe Lucido, and the place is called Lucido. So you do the math on that. But so yeah, meeting up with Joe and John there was awesome. So and hopefully we'll develop a relationship. So hopefully this is like first of many watches that I'll be working with Lucido's for video content, and obviously promote their store too. Calico says, Rob, are you coming to the West meet? We'll fund gas money. I'm not driving that far. No way. I would consider flying out there, but I don't know vacation-wise and time-wise, see what I got going. I can talk to you guys about it and maybe try to set that up. But I'm still working on a Vegas, Las Vegas meet too, like maybe late summer, early fall area time. And maybe Bruce can come down or something. So we still might do that as well. So I don't know that I can make it out to California, though, for the West meet. So let's see. What else? Oh, somebody asked if I did anything else while I was down there. So the other thing I did while I was down there, because I was videoing some of Detroit Spartan's watches too, which they'll be releasing soon. October would be awesome, William. I think you're right. But I met up with Dave, who is the owner of Detroit Mint, which he lives on the north side, like up near Wixom or something like that. So I got this watch and a couple of others that are really cool. So that was really cool. Floridian says I should do a Florida meet. I will be doing, I actually probably will do, well, we can meet up or whatever, but I would love to go back down to Florida for like Christmas again. That was awesome. So Randy's asking, have I ever checked out the Jason Bourne watch, the Tag Heuer Link Chrono? I'm a big fan of the Tag Heuer Link, and at Lucido's they actually had the Tag Heuer Link Chrono, so that was the first time seeing that, and I would definitely like to do a video on that. That is really cool. Obi-Wan says, what is your thoughts on the new all bronze Tudor Black Bay? I don't think luxury brands should be messing with bronze. I think, to me, when I see a bronze watch, I typically think that it's a micro brand doing a test because it's less expensive material and it's easier to manufacture. So I'm not a huge fan of bronze in like a luxury or a entry level or luxury watch. MJ says, I wish Detroit Mint would only make original timepieces. Would love to buy an American watch. So I'm talking to Dave a little bit because Dave's a bit of a watchmaker too, and I gave him Denny's contact information over at Pelton Watches, who actually manufactures his own cases and everything. So this is what I talked about before. Can you imagine if some of these guys work together? I mean, obviously Cameron over at Weiss is probably taking it the furthest, but also maintaining a level of affordability, which is the challenge, right? You're always dancing that scale. Like you can't make everything and have it in the United States and still be affordable. That's where like RGM comes in and all those guys. But if you can have like some of these guys kind of work together a little bit, then I think you have a higher potential for within their community, like crowdsourcing essentially all of the materials and making it happen. But there's different personalities and everything like that, so they might not all have the same common goal, and ultimately they have to make money too. And Justin says if he wasn't becoming an engineer, he would become an American watchmaker. You can kind of do both. Let's see. David with the $5 super chat. Appreciate it. Thank you. MJ says affordable question mark. I can see that, but how much have we all spent on a watch? A lot. I'll gladly spend. Well, yeah, there's always like certain elements that are just not going to happen. Like I don't think anybody in the US makes sapphire crystals. Like there's certain elements that you're just not going to get full on. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. And Detroit Mint, Dave over at Detroit Mint focuses more on the affordable stuff while being cool and products that actually sell, because it's a hobby. That's not his day job. You know, Cameron, this is kind of his day job. You know, it's his business. That's his main gig. So, and then there's some other brands out there too that try their best. Justin says, impressions on the DRZ04 Mundial. I'm wearing mine and I'm absolutely love it. I love it. And I had only handled the prototype. This is the actual production model. And not that the prototype was anything less. It was actually still really good. But yeah, it's a freaking cool watch. I'm not sure if I'm going to like the butterfly clasp more than this clasp. I have to swap it out and see which one I like better. Dustin Ray says the Jade Turtle. That's a Detroit Mint model, and that is a killer color, is not? Look at that. Yeah, it's a very good one. And then I have the modern Seiko Turtle right here, so very, very similar. And these are like on bracelet, which the bracelet from Detroit Mint is actually a really nice bracelet. It's heavy duty. It's got a, you know, simple clasp. Only 3 micro adjusts though, Craig. Sorry about that. But yeah, overall, really nice watch. Bezel action is a little more click than, it doesn't have that spongy feel that the Seiko does, but a nice solid click all the way around. Yeah, it's like $300 for that thing. So, pretty good deal. Looks like a Long Island watch. I would say it's probably better from the ones I've handled. Okay, so who's getting the Harrods watch? Calico, I like the Harrods, but I want, yeah, it has a NH35 in it. And he regulates them, too. I want to see a Kermit Black Bay 58. And I don't want it to be a Harrods edition. I want it to be just a regular Tudor release. So hopefully they do that. Ooh, that was a big drink. Give me 1 second. I gotta grab another watch. I want to show you. Let's see. So when I met up with Dave from Detroit Mint, he actually gave me the newer model called Cobra. I wanted to show you this in case you guys haven't seen this. So this is another Detroit. Let me get this plastic off there. This is another Detroit Mint watch, and it's called the Cobra. And there's 2 different dials. There's the black one and then this white one. I have them both, but it's using the Seagull mechanical hand wound movement, and it has the swan neck regulator on it. So pretty cool watch. I think it's running right now too, isn't it? So I could actually start the chronograph. Yeah, this is pretty cool, and I think it's like 40 mil. It's not very big. Yeah, like 40. So it's not a large watch either. So, and it comes with an extra strap. It has the butterfly type deployment clasp thing for this padded leather. Has a crazy like Cobra printed on logo there. Yeah, these Seagull movements are just fun to look at. Pretty cool stuff. Anyway, that's that guy. You want Detroit Mint to put the Seagull in the bullhead. I don't know if that he can. I'm not sure. He might. Because these ones are more too. He usually tries to stay at a lower price point. I think these Cobras are like a little over $400. William says there's too much going on with the chronos. Yeah, I think what I've done though, I've warmed up to them quite a bit because I'm kind of in the same camp as you. There's too much going on. But if you kind of like just immerse yourself into the chronographs and really try to spark the interest a little bit, I think you'll find that you know, you can do that. Like this Breitling is awesome. Check out this. I want to show you this too. Check out this new Shinola. How cool is that? Oh, super awesome colorway on this. Brushed metal, applied Arabic or yeah, numbers on there. And look at they did something that the Air King did not do. They put a 0 in front of the 5. You know how much more balanced the Air King would have looked like if they would have put a 0 in front of the 5? But the colors on this are just too fun. And then it's an automatic, I think it's a Salida movement in it. Yeah, this is first edition. These ones like this, when they're first editions or limited editions in the Shinola, when I know when people say, oh, it's too much money or something like that, these will go up in value. They retain their value and then go up in value, so is what it is. Yeah, there's only 250 of those. Guaranteed they're going to go up in value. Scott is asking, is the Air King next? So far, that's my plan. I'm being tempted by a lot of other things right now because I'm like PayPal rich, you know. I got some money sitting in my PayPal, but I have to stay strong because I want to stay focused on it. But on the same token, I also kind of want to pace myself. You know, I just picked this up. So if I have the opportunity to get an Air King, you know, there's that fear of missing out, but you also don't want to get caught up in that. It would be okay to say no, you know, I'm not ready for whatever reason. Maybe even if I have the money, which I do, then, but I'm still in the honeymoon phase with this. So it's not really fair to me or to the sub or even to the Air King, which I don't need to be fair to watches, but you guys know what I'm saying. You know, I still need to enjoy this longer before I jump into another, like, you know, hardcore watch in the collection. So yeah, somebody asked about the sub dial or the telephone dial, the rotary dial. That's what it's called. This is a Detroit watch company. These guys, I'm telling you, I'm very interested about these guys. I'm being able to handle some of these. That's the biggest problem. And hopefully by me making videos, people will have a little bit more of a understanding of what some of these watches look like and feel like without actually handling them. Fortunately for me, I get to handle them, but how many watch companies are in Detroit? I don't know. I have a few of them here right now. I guess I got Shinola, I got Detroit Watch Company, I got Detroit Mint, and then I don't have a Pelton though. I should probably get one, I guess. There's a few. Let's see, what did Floridian say? So Rob, what is the next level up for you? So next level up for me is like if I were gonna go higher than, I don't know that I would go higher than Rolex. I haven't looked at like any of the crazy brands yet. Oh, in case you guys don't know, well, most of you guys know who Eminem is and probably watched or listened to 8 Mile, but 313 is the area code for the Detroit region, like around 8 Mile and stuff. So that's a tie-in to Detroit geographical area, and then the rotary dial on there is just kind of like just cool. It just lays out right and everything. And then this is the Pontchartrain symbol here, which is very prominent in the Detroit area as well. And then it has a cool custom rotor on the back. I mean, I'm going to do a full video on this thing soon so I can get this back to Detroit Spartan. But yeah, it's just design stuff. They have a bunch of other watches too, but I think, honestly, I think that's like the coolest thing because like nobody has done that. That's super cool. What is the 3 and 4 black for? So do you remember, I'm assuming you're old enough, most of my audience is old enough, but back in the day when you had the rotary dial, the like the lever thing was like right here or something. So this space right here would be, I think that's what it's for. I could be wrong, but this space right here really wasn't where the holes were in the rotary dial. So you'd go like this and you'd put your finger wherever you needed to. I mean, the numbers weren't exactly the same as this. Obviously, this is laid out as a clock because it is a clock. But you'd put your finger here and you'd go all the way around until it hit the stop, and then you let it go, and then it goes click, 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 and that's how it did it through pulse. So, you know, if you were doing a higher number here, or a lower number, I guess. The lower numbers would have been on the bottom. You'd go right here and it would go click, click, and that would be like a 2 versus like a whatever the higher numbers were. Man, I haven't messed with a rotary phone in a long time, but that's kind of what I remember them as. Hey, Blue Shirt Bruda's here. Nice Patek Perpetual Moon Phase chronograph in platinum. That would be the next level. No, I think honestly the next level for me I would probably still dabble in the Rolex line, and I would probably go either two-tone steel and gold, or I would go full gold. I mean, at some point I'm gonna want to try a full gold watch. William said they just had a little shaky shake in Cali. Oof. Hopefully it was minor. Starlight says, pick me up a can of dial tone, please. Rob needs a Daytona in white gold. I don't think I'd ever do white gold. That just seems you're not taking full advantage of. It's too stealthy. If I'm gonna do gold, it needs to be like yellow gold, or it needs to be the Ever Rose gold. Dane says the Rolex Milgauss with the green tinted crystal. Now I would take the Air King over the Milgauss. I know people keep trying to get me pushed on that, but I'm really tempted to make myself a two-tone watch, but I just can't see myself pulling it off gold. You totally can, man. Colton says, what do I think of Ben Ross? I've never tried them. Where's that black monster? Why not the Tudor 925? I was looking at that one, but I'm just not. Oh, James. Yeah, they wrote it. I'm sorry. I was doing it backwards. Yeah, they went this way. You're right. It's been a long time, man. When's the last time we were using rotary phones? Somebody's asking about a Seiko. I don't know. Where is it? Right here. Grabbing a Seiko Monster. Somebody asked about the Seiko Monster. So this is the SRP 583. I'm assuming you meant this one. So I have this one in right now. I have the other black one that I built my son too. But yeah, the 583 is awesome. I'm tempted to pick this one up. I don't know where to put it. Move that over there and put that over here. There, we got one black coated watch. The Z Blue Milgauss is sweet. Yeah, it is. Why is Rolex the destination of every watch journey, apparently? All roads lead to Rolex. Scott says the earthquake was 4.2 in the Bay Area. That can cause some damage. Yes, I will do a state of the collection post Rolex. It's not very many watches. I'll try to do that soon, but like I'm so slammed packed with doing. Where's the duck? Oh, the Shinola duck. Did you guys watch? Did I post the video of the display case with the plexiglass cover thing? I think I posted that up. Some of my watches are up there on my mantle. I think the duck is up there. And my Bling Master's up there. I did have the Breitling and the Orange Monster up there, but I grabbed them for something else. So yeah, so I forgot I even had those up there until you guys mentioned it. But watch AZ Clayton says, yeah, roads go way past Rolex. Yeah, they do. But KR says the Tudor 925 is on his bucket list. Did you put more dials up in the background? Yeah, you're the first person to mention that or something. All the G-Men I put the G-Men away for a little bit. They're taking a break. They've been working nonstop, so I gave them a break. And then these are like the Halveston coasters, and then the Zimby coasters over there that I had sitting around. I just wanted to mix it up a little bit, change it a little bit, change the background. I don't know if I like this background. I might change it again. I'm not sure. I'm too lazy to change up the postcards because I have a lot of other cool postcards that I could change them around and stuff, but I'm too lazy to do that. I'm not sure. Heck, I still have postcards I haven't put up yet. I still have the Sanibel Island postcards I haven't put up, and then I think I got some more floating around here too. These are from Scott. Well, he was on vacation, I think, when he sent these because he doesn't live in Sanibel Island area. So I still have to put these up, and then I haven't requested postcards in a while either. If you guys want to send postcards, you can send them in. I'll show them on the show, and then I'll put them up on the wall. Switchboards weekly. Heck, I might go back to doing the what are those tiles? The Scrabble tiles. I might put the Scrabble tiles up again. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Use Rolex, man. I did go to the lumber store today. I bought some more. I'm going to change the actual watch room itself. I'm going to try to finish it up, but I still don't have a ceiling in here, so I'm putting the ceiling in, and then I'm going to do some sound deadening insulation on the walls and stuff, so and acoustic panels, and I might actually rig up my lights a little bit on a better rigging and stuff. I still haven't showed you guys the whole room, so I'm trying to now put forth the time and money to get the room done so I can actually show you the whole room. Let's see, what is the mint color dial watch here, Warren? I'll show you again. It's the Weiss. This is a limited edition. They only made 21 of these. And this is number 5 of 21. And it's the 42 millimeter LA dial. And this was to, what do you call it? This is the, it was limited edition to kind of tie into Cameron Weiss's Land Rover, is like the same color as this dial. So if you go on his homepage, you'll probably see pictures of it. He has that, and I think he's got some old Volkswagens and stuff. He's got some cool old stuff. Yeah, and it's mostly American made. Like he mills out the case back. I mean, obviously the sapphire, that's sourced out, but a lot of this other stuff he either makes himself or he can get, you know, from somewhere. I don't know the exact percent. I know Detroit Spartan, I know you said 99%, but I don't know. Some of the stuff I don't think he can make, so I'm not sure if it's that, if it's 99%. I'm not sure. Let's see here. Yeah, this thing is crazy cool though. Yeah, I don't think it's quite 99% because there is some components that he just can't make. Like you can't get the jewels, you know, you can't get the crystals. I'm not sure if he's making the hands. It's enough American made that I definitely want one though. I guarantee you that I will end up with a Weiss at some point. Yeah, it's based on the Unitas. So, but they make it. Man, you guys are making Dane work. Or Blue Shirt Buddha did it. There you go. Craig got it. You guys are working now. Dane must have took a nap there or something. I think you guys can only pause those guys too. Like I think I can, let's see, unhide, put user in timeout, remove report. Oh, I think if they pop up again, I can actually like completely delete them or something. Oh, you took them. Okay, so you can take them permanently out too. I wasn't 100% sure because I see like the 300-second whack-a-mole. You know, the other thing I just noticed, because there's some new options that pop up on my YouTube when I hit over 50,000 subs, that I can do. I can do the subscription thing. So like if people want to become like a membership on the channel, but I already have my private Discord, so I'm not going to double dip into that stuff. So I could do that, but there was something I was reading about making it so that only people that subscribe to the channel can comment. But that's, you know, with 50,000 subscribers, I'm sure you got some not so great people that are commenting in there too. So I don't have the SWC bunker in the house. Somebody had mentioned about the Raven Trekker. I do have the 39 mil Trekker in right now. These are, for a smaller diver, these things are killer. So let's see. Boom. You guys are having fun over there. Okay, so Detroit Spartan says he doesn't make the crystal, spring, or the jewels. For pretty much everything else he makes. I would love to go visit his shop. Yeah. The more I talk about it and the more I think about it, it's kind of like a no-brainer. Like, why don't I own one of those? And right now I don't own one because I've allocated money for the Rolex Air King, and I don't want to dip into that, so I have to kind of go above and beyond that now. So before I can jump to the next one, I want to make sure that money is allocated and set aside. Yeah, and the machinery. I had a little get together with my father-in-law, and he used to be a tool and die guy, and I was trying to explain to him some of the machinery that Cameron has. So I need to find that video that I watched that showed all that. I need to send it to my father-in-law. I think he would get a really kick. Any tool and die guy is going to get a kick out of that stuff because it's so crazy how they can manufacture such small parts. Yeah, Eric, the Weiss. Well, there's some other brands out there too that are. I mean, they're not as deep as Weiss is, but there's a bunch of other brands like was it Veyer or whatever. I don't know where they get all their parts from, but they do quite a bit of U.S. stuff too. Scott Rice is asking with a super chat $4.99, so I gotta address it, right? Let's talk about it, Scott. So how does the sub wear versus the Seamaster? Well, I sold the Seamaster. I sold it to Bruce Williams. The sub wears, let's see, sub versus, well, if you watch the video, I was going to compare them and I just couldn't. But the sub wears like perfect, I guess. I don't know how else to describe it. Like there's zero complaints with the sub on wrist. The Seamaster is very nice on wrist, and I can wear it a very long time. Heck, when I first got it, I did that 30-day watch fast with it, right, on the bracelet, and it wore great. But it's when you put them next to each other and you wear them, one day after each other. Like I know a lot of people can have them coexist and stuff like that, and I probably could have, but the Seamaster both presents a little bit larger on wrist, which I know I said I liked the 42 by 50, but things change, right? So it's fine to just kind of flow with it and roll with it. Which one feels heavier? Yeah, the Seamaster both feels like a little bit heavier, but it just feels bigger on wrist too. The sub for most people's wrist just feels perfect. But like if you have a 7.5-inch wrist, the sub might not feel perfect for you. The Seamaster is probably going to feel more perfect for you. It's going to be personal preferences. Yeah. For a lot of people, the sub's going to feel too small. And then I was able to handle, I would like to spend more time with a Tudor Black Bay 58 next to the sub now because I was going towards the larger watches. I mean, I still kind of am, but only certain ones, right? Heck, I'm wearing a 47 millimeter right now. And it's not like I just put this on for a little bit. I've been wearing this since like 10:30 this morning or something, all the way and I went to a bunch of different stores. I did a bunch of work and stuff, and it's extremely comfortable on wrist. So it's not watch sizes and comparing watches to other watches. I don't think it's really fair to do that. It's just where you're at, how watches feel. Every watch is going to feel different on everybody's wrist. So hopefully you can try one out sometime. But whether the Seamaster or the Rolex or whatever one you're looking at, hopefully you can try them out at some point. Floyd says, would you have taken a sub date if that was available to you? No. I think it's very important if you're spending that kind of money to be absolutely sure what model you want, regardless if it's Rolex or whatever, but definitely if it's Rolex. If you're dealing with an AD and you're buying at retail, you need to be very sure of what you're buying. So the next one, if I have the opportunity again, like that's where I'm 100%. Like the next one is going to be the Rolex Air King. Like, and if they're like, well, check out the Milgauss or check out this, or how about a Datejust, or it's like, no, the next one is the Rolex Air King. Just like when I saved up the money to buy the sub, I knew I wanted the sub. So I could have gotten the date, the no date, or I could have probably waited and maybe scored a Cermet at some point, right? Maybe that would have took probably longer, but I made a clear decision based on information that I had gathered from reading and listening and watching and studying pictures and all of that. And it actually really didn't take me that long to come to the conclusion that the no date was the one I wanted. I had owned a Rolex before. I had the OP39 in white. So I had already had my kind of Rolex experience. I didn't walk into the brick and mortar. It was actually shipped to me. This was a while ago, and they don't do that anymore. But I hadn't had a sub, and I think the sub is just so iconic in the Rolex lineup, obviously, just as much as like the Datejust is. But you have to be 100% on which one you want. And there's a lot of models that I really like. The Dates, there's a bunch I like. There's the Datejust that I like, but I'm not 100% sure right now, like which colorway and combo that I would want. So it's best that I don't even try to experiment. I need to be sure before I make, to go full in. Floridian says he used to have 5 Rolex, bought in Seoul, Korea, yes, knockoffs years ago. Well, at least they looked good. Yeah, there's some crazy good fakes out there, that's for sure. I definitely recommend not doing that. Jim says he scored a 16570 Polar from 2005. Papers complete set with boxers with stickers still on it. That's a pretty good score. Let's see. James says you can't get sidetracked when you're on the hunt for a watch. I'm closing in on a Railmaster and doing my best to. That's super important. And there's been many times where I have actually been on that path and been like pretty close, like 80%, 90% there, and then deviate. And that works, that's fine, but it's like once you deviate, it's so hard to like get back on that track. I find that you just stay in deviation mode, and then it just takes longer to get to the goal. So I think it's wise to stay focused and keep the eye on the prize, and it's not like any one of us are sacrificing. I mean, who here, there might be maybe 1 or 2 people, maybe in the comments, that has a one watch. So if you're saving for a Railmaster or whatever like that, and you're being tempted by all these other watches, you probably have like 10 watches. Like, stop watching videos. Stop being active in your Facebook group for a while. Just take a break and just cycle through your watches and just wear your watches and slow down and refocus. Have you? No, Calico, I've never done that. Calico asked Rob, have you ever mod and oil filled a quartz yet? No, I've not done that. Floridian said he did his real Rolex in Zurich, Datejust white gold and white gold bezel. Gave it to my son. Dude, that is sick. That is so awesome. Dane's laughing at because I said some people have like 10 watches. Yeah. Some people have way more than 10. I get it. CFZ says, Rob, did you have to size your subs bracelet? If yes, who did it? You or the AD? Yeah, the AD did it. I need to go look at the box again. I don't know how many he pulled out. Slow down. What's that? Yep. And then I actually moved a link. Actually put this half link in here. I know it doesn't really look right, but it makes the watch fit good on wrist, so I don't care. That's the way it works. So yeah, they sized it there. Heck, they don't even, this AD was so cool dealing with Seba, and I forget the other guy's name, might be Scott. Like, you don't even put the watch on your wrist. You just kind of put your hand out like this. They put the watch on your wrist, like putting a ring on a finger, you know what I mean? They put the watch on your wrist, and then they have you flip it over, and they hold the watch from underneath, and then they clasp it for you. It's really like, it's super like VIP treatment. It's pretty wild. At least it is at Lucido's. I don't know if all ADs are that way or not, but it's, they take care of everything. They're like, what do you want? What do you want? Some water? Do you want a drink? I'm going to size the watch. We're going to try it on. It's the full treatment. It's highly recommend buying from an AD or something, whatever brand, if you can. Yeah, Detroit confirmed it is Scott that was there too. Scott is the one that sized it, and that was in Birmingham. So he did it like they take it in the back or whatever because you don't need to see them do it or whatever. They take it around the corner, they size it, and they bring it back, and then you put your hand out and they put it on your wrist and fold it over and clasp it and everything. It was so crazy because I'm not used to people like doing things for me. So you just kind of gotta like soak it in and just be like, yeah, they're just taking care of everything. It's pretty cool. It definitely is a little bit of a high, right? Like it makes me want to go back and buy more watches. And I'll buy them a model, yeah. What's the watch on the back left that has the dial kind of like a rotary phone? Well, that is the Detroit Watch Company. I think they call it the City Watch, and it has the 313 area code on it. It is known as like the 313 or phone dial code, rotary phone dial type watch. It has that motif there, so pretty cool design characteristics. I'm a huge fan of it. I think it's very fun and it's a nice size. I think it's 42 millimeter, but it's actually not very thick either. It's pretty thin. So I'll do a full video on it soon. I'm not sure what movement they're using, but it's got to be, it's the higher grade Lucido or it's the ETA 28, what is it, 28? No, not the 28, 293 or 92. Hell, I don't know. It's a thinner movement because the whole watch is pretty thin, especially for being a 42 mil. James says he watched, when he was a kid, he watched a guy buy a watch in Switzerland at a Rolex boutique. It's probably crazy there too, I bet. Wilson says you get pampered. Yep, Wilson was there too. So it is pretty awesome. New dial on the Borealis, worth it. New dial on the Borealis, worth it. You talking about the flag one or the frost one? I have the flag one here. I have the frost ones behind me, but I like this combo. I like the flag motif. That's the Lisbon flag motif on the dial. So the tie to Portugal is even stronger on this one. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Calico is asking Detroit Spartan, you have a hookup with Shinola, % off? Some some Shinola, you're not going to get a discount on. Any of the limited edition ones like this guy, I'm going to show you another one. Well, like these, you can probably get a discount on. You can buy them used, or you can go to the Shinola outlet or something. When a model is like a dud or something, you might be able to get it at. There's 2 outlet stores in Michigan. There's one down south of Grand Rapids, and then there's one at the shoot, I forget what the mall is called. I don't know what the mall is called. But there's a Shinola outlet there, and that's where you can buy them. But check out this one. Yeah, thank you, Great Lakes. Great Lakes outlet store. There's a Shinola outlet there. But honestly, the outlet store in what do you call it? South of Grand Rapids a little bit. I feel like they have more inventory and better deals. But check out this one. This is like a presidential Shinola. Like if you want one of these or something like this, you have to pay extra. Like this is on the back side of things. Like you couldn't get one of these because these are only issued to the Air Force One detail. So if you want one of these, basically you pay whatever somebody that has one wants to sell it for. That's how much it costs. Let's see, Rob, are there any brands that you were into last year that you've completely lost interest in? I would say no. I'm pretty solid and consistent across my path here. Like I love Casio is probably my favorite brand. I'm very interested in some USA, mostly made USA watches or brands. Like for example, Shinola. Yeah, I mean they get their parts from all over and everything, but they employ a lot of people in Southeast Michigan, and their headquarters. I'm assuming the money stays in Michigan or in the U.S. anyway. Weiss is now down in Nashville, Tennessee, which I think is even cooler. Not that I'm a Los Angeles hater or anything like that, but Nashville is a lot closer. I can drive down there. We can meet up. That's super cool. Yeah, I like all these brands. the micro brands, the super affordables, the let's see, national employees, a lot of people in Metro Detroit, which is why I support them. That's a valid reason. Pumpernickel says, "What do I think of Yama?" I think it's a slight of a hype watch. Hopefully they're not listening to me because I want them to send me more watches to video because they do have some cool watches, but every time I handle one, they don't. It's not like they're like crazy good, like well built watches. They're like kind of affordable watches. Um, I don't know how to. I don't know what the proper verbiage is to describe some of the Yama. I was talking to Detroit Spartan a little bit over the weekend. He wanted to see a Zodiac, so I'm going to try to get a Zodiac in and share it with him. But even Zodiac, it's hard to put, like, there's a tier system for quality of watches. Micro brands are one thing, whether it's Borealis or a Detroit Spartan, or not Detroit Spartan, or Detroit Mint, or a Dorenzo, or they're even these guys have their own little tiered structure too. But like, for example, like between this Borealis and this Dorenzo, you have like maybe it's like a 80% thing, right? So like if you're going to compare the Borealis to the Dorenzo, the Borealis is 80% as good as the Dorenzo, right? That doesn't mean that the Borealis is like not good. It's just not at the same level as the Dorenzo. But in the same way that the Dorenzo is not at the same level as, say, like a Breitling or something like that. They're all like, if you operate at like the 80% rule or something, there's diminishing returns. How much is a Dorenzo DRZ4? I don't even know how much these cost, but they're probably under $1,000. I'm guessing. I don't remember. And how much is this Breitling? These are like 6 or 7 grand or something. So if a watch at one price point is 80% as good as these luxury watches, then maybe this is the realm you need to live in, because 80% of something that has like a massive price jump is a pretty good place to be. Like, you're getting a lot more watch for your money. I think Bruce and many other people have talked about that too. There's a definite difference between a $500 watch and a $5,000 watch. But you have to take these leaps before you can get to like those next levels. And then there's within that category, whatever price range, they're kind of all the same. Like, it's just goes by preference, whatever your budget is and whatever your preference is for liking and everything like that. Nice way to support the local watch brands. What other Michigan brands you have? Well, so I have the Detroit Mint, and then I have the Shinola. What else? Oh, and then the Detroit Watch Company. That's crazy, right? I have 3 right there. And then the only other one I know of for sure is Denny, that owns Pelton, but he never sent one in. I went to his factory or his assembly place or whatever. He actually had the CNC machine. He showed me how he made the cases and everything like that, and I never did the video, but maybe I'll get one of his watches, and I'll reach out to him because he's got a cool sector dial one. Maybe I'll check that one out. Let's see here. Oh man, we're already getting close to an hour. Time flies. I still haven't even had all my drink. Let's see. Floridian. Yes, I've heard of Far and Sweat in Chicago. I've done a video for them. Calico says that Michigan no longer makes cars. Now they make watches. Yeah. There's still a lot of automobile manufacturing in Michigan, that's for sure. 2-minute warning from Chaz from the Berg. Thank you, sir. I don't know if I can drink this all in 2 minutes. Whew. Nick says, how do I feel about Lume Tech? I've only handled like 1 or 2 Lume Techs. So they're okay. Let's see. My latest chrono is a Soldat. All Japanese movement and strap. NE88 rocks. Never heard of them. I should explore new watches. Let's see, Pumpernickel, I've got another brand to ask you about. Ever looked at Zeppelin? Yes. I don't think I've videoed them. Maybe I have. They're made in Germany. They use third-party movements, but case and finish. Yeah, their dials are really cool looking. They have some really cool patterns and everything on their dial. The Zeppelins are Zeppelin Graph or something like that. They're really cool. I would definitely like to check some of those out. I think Mark at Long Island Watch was carrying those. I don't know where else to get them, but yeah, some pretty cool looking watches. But I haven't had any on the channel yet. Detroit Spartan says, thoughts on the Johnny Walker? I'm going to answer this question and then we're going to go. Well, what's Calico? Calico just went to Wisconsin after. Okay, Calico's still in Wisconsin and the cheese curds are kicking his butt. Sorry, man. Good luck with that. Detroit Spartan asked, thoughts on Johnny Walker Blue versus Black? So I'm going to answer that question and then we're going to go. So at Lucido's, I did have some Johnny Walker Blue. Well, the first time I had Johnny Walker was the black label, and it was at Lucido's when I was picking up the Submariner. So I have that instant tie. I'm always going to love Johnny Walker Black now, and every time I have it, I'm going to think of the Sub. So anything else in the Scotch lineup is going to have a hard time competing with that because I have such a strong memory tied to it, right? That being said, the Johnny Walker Blue, I still have a memory tied to it, but I just don't have a big purchase tied to it as well. I have a relationship memory tied to it. The Johnny Walker Blue is smooth, but again, diminishing returns. That bottle's over $200 or something like that, right? Where the Johnny Walker Black is like $40 or something. So for me, I'm going to probably go buy the Johnny Walker Black, but occasionally I would love to sip on some blue. We'll see. I don't know if I'll buy one, but all right. Last one always locks the door. I know people are leaving and stuff like that. Let's kill the lights. Let's kill the lights and check the lume. And Dane's killing more trolls right at the end. Good job, Dane. There is the lume. Man, the Weiss is actually loomed out pretty good. I did not expect that. The numbers are actually loomed on it. I didn't know they did that on that model. Monster showing off in the background. The Raven Trekker's doing really good. The Durenzo's got some good BGW9. Oh, check this out. That presidential Shinola, the bezel's loomed and everything. That's pretty cool. The Rolex, I need to wear that. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next